The opinions expressed on this program is not necessarily those of the Emily Pearl Show, its sister stations, its affiliates, or its sponsors, but it is those of the individuals themselves who express it. While the Emily Pearl Show does take stances on individual issues, the show itself remains an entertainment platform. Free thought is a philosophy and not a policy.
It's the 901
The
show.
opinions expressed on this program is not necessarily those of the Emily Pearl Show, its
The
sister stations,
901 show. Get on this hot mic. The 901 show. It's the 901 show. The 901 show. The 901 show. The 901 show. Get on this hot mic. The 901 show. Hot mic. The 901 show. Hot mic. It's the 901 show. It's the 901 show. The 901 show. Get on this hot mic. The 901 show. It's the 901 show. The 901 show. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 901 show. And no, it is not 7 o'clock. Don't panic. We are coming on at 6 o'clock tonight because I want to watch the presidential debate at 7 o'clock. So that means that we're going to be out of your way by 7 in the studio too with me tonight. The co-host of the Moses, Sybil Marie Presley. Hi, Sybil. How are you?
Well, hello there. I kind of like 6 myself, and I would get an early start. See what's going on at the White House.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because after next week, we will be actually changing all of our shows to 6 o'clock p.m. instead of the 7 o'clock. And the reason why is because it's getting winter time now. And, we're going to have to turn our clocks back in October, I believe it is, as and winter nights are long. And so we're going to start coming on earlier. People are usually watching the news around this time and getting home. And not too many people are going to be working, not as many as before COVID yet. But for those that still work, they can listen to us in their car on the way home. And so then when they get home, they have to worry about trying to tune in. So thank you guys for tuning in. Please share the show. We are early. Tonight, I'm going to put this on here. All right, so simple. A few comments before I show something that's really going to blow everybody's mind.
Well, all I can say is thank y'all for watching us because we wouldn't have a show without our audience. And
Mm-hmm.
we don't want to sit up here and just talk to ourselves.
True.
So we do appreciate everyone. And I like to have a special shout out to appreciate our sponsors that has been so loyal and just sticking by us through thick and thin. So let's see what the Pearls got to say.
Listen, y'all. COVID has just changed our whole life, our whole world. Now, I got something to show y'all that's gonna blow your mind. And I'm like, okay, what? Wow. Uh-huh. So let me see if this, I think it's this screen. I'm bringing it up into the studio now. It'll be in here just a minute. Okay. hmm Let me blow it up. Okay. All right. I'm just gonna show it, Sybil. I think we can still talk though. Okay. So this is the first product from Microclimate, founded by Hall Labs. It's equal parts intriguing and horrifying. Their air helmet is a wearable technology designed to keep you completely safe without cutting you off from the rest of mankind. The brainchild of Michael Hall, the headgear is primarily designed for travel. So you can ride on a plane, train, or Uber without worrying about getting sick or making others ill. So now I'm going to play this for y'all. Now, let me finish reading. The microclimate also designed the waterproof helmet to be comfortable. It's big enough so that its wearer can also have glasses on without interference. Uh-huh. And it can accommodate AirPods. It also features removable, washable, lightweight fabric both inside and around the neck. But the material is strong enough that the protective seal formed around the neck won't easily break. The Air, which also comes with a carrying case, has up to 4+ hours of battery life, but it can also be worn while charging via a USB-C cable. So let's watch this video and see what they're talking about.
Hi everyone, I'm Michael Hall from Hall Labs. I'd like to show you the latest design of Microclimate. A Microclimate features a half ellipsoid acrylic dome. This is giving me full peripheral vision, and also to people outside, they're getting full vision communication, so they can see all the expressions on my face. This also features our patented ventilation system. So along this rim, we have channels or ports that go to exhaust fans in the back. And that system is pulling the air that I expel is quickly being pulled out of that. And so that's what's allowing this to work without fogging up. In fact, I really can't feel any blowback. It doesn't really feel like there's anything in front of me. What I do feel a little bit of is a slight breeze along where this fabric is. So this fabric is what's keeping me safe from the world outside. After the air goes through there and through our exhaust system, it's also going through filters on the back, so that if I was sick, other people around me would be safe. Another big innovation that we've done a lot of work on has been this neck seal. So while many other masks are attempting to make a seal on the nose or face, we found that this would be very, very robust. I can articulate my head in all directions and I won't break the seal. It's also very comfortable. I think with this latest version, we're getting to where, yeah, if you can tolerate a shirt or a collar, I think you'll be able to wear microclimate without any trouble. Thank you very much for listening and learning more about microclimate, a Hull Labs innovation.
Whoa. Okay. Let me show some more pictures. Check that out, Sybil. Is that futuristic or what?
Looks like little astronauts, don't it?
Yeah. And they only cost about $199. It says it is currently available in white, but a black version is coming. The Air, $199, begins shipping soon. And we kind of want one, but we definitely don't. And we're not the only ones who don't know how to feel about this. Okay, let's stop sharing that. But
But when it
that
rains,
just
you'll have to
blows your
have,
mind.
hey, Emily, when it rains, you'll have to have windshield wipers.
But look, let me tell you what occurs to me. What occurred to me was this, that it just proves the point that I've been telling people for a long time. And that is that we are going to be faced with this COVID for some years to come, 2, 3, maybe 4 years down the road, you know. And a lot of people don't want to accept that, but this just goes to prove it. Do you think that technology companies would be investing hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, or maybe even millions of dollars, in creating and designing such a product, simple, if it was not true that COVID's going to be with us for a while? What do you
Well,
think?
sure, coming up with some inventions.
But don't
such
you
as
think it
that.
proves the point?
Well,
What
it
I
probably
just said.
does,
Talk
and
talk
they don't
about what
know
I just
anyway.
said.
I don't think everybody knows anything about it to start with, so who knows when it's going to end? Maybe the 12th of never. I don't know.
I think they know, because they wouldn't be investing money in something like that.
I think
You
it's a
know.
mighty good guess anyway. So that is unique. The little astronaut look. If you saw this like about 20 years ago, you thought this was Star Trek in the future.
Well, it is, because when you think about it, we've seen space pictures where people had to wear such gear when it was viruses in the city. We've seen such pictures. We've watched movies like that. I have, because I love sci-fi movies.
I enjoy sci-fi movies.
Yeah, so we've seen this before, and now it is a reality. And but hey, the price might go down. Right now, it's too pricey for me. I wouldn't mind trying it out just to see what it feels like.
Just
But
tell
right
me
now,
you'll try it out free for
them. True. Wear it on the show. That's a good idea. I might just send them a email. You're right about that, Sybil.
It don't cost nothing to ask.
I know, right? So, let me see. I'm trying to put on here so I can get some people in here. People are not used to us broadcasting this time of day. So I'm making another post that we're early. Come on over. Okay. So what I want to talk about, as you can see, is the bottom of the screen. I want to talk about how all the level of governments are not functioning well. Some are not functioning at all, and some of them are all mixed up because of this period that we're going through. Now, it's true that some of them was already not performing the way they were supposed to perform before the COVID virus, but they have gotten worse. and I'm talking every level of government. I'm going to be talking about how the state is messing up the unemployment for everybody. Where's my notes? Oh, here they are. Is this it? Where did I put my notes? I gotta make sure I get the right notes, y'all. Oh, here they're way over here. Yeah. And I want to talk about the city services and the utility fees, how they're going up, how they're sneaking in charging fees. And then for the county, the people that over the whole Shelby County in 901, the landlords that own these big apartment buildings where people have to pay rent in these houses, they are increasing the prices on people that are paying to try to make up the loss from people that they cannot evict. And even the federal government has mandate on no eviction, but it's not being enforced. And so I don't understand these things. I want to talk about that tonight. So what topics are you going to talk about tonight?
Oh, I thought I'd just cheer people up a little bit, tell them a couple of jokes, and then
oh, that sounds good.
And then I want to thank the city for taking care of the homeless. You don't even see any laying out on the streets now.
Oh,
They
you
seem to
done?
found places, shelters and that type of thing.
Okay.
So I have a poem I wrote about the homeless that I was going to share as well.
Okay,
And
that'd
let
be
them
great.
know that everything that we're going through, that we still care for them. And it's so strange. So many cities where the homeless live, they have not had one COVID-19 case at all. And I think it's because they hang out in the sun all day, pretty much.
Where is this?
A lot of cities, they just have not had any homeless come down with the COVID-19.
Oh,
and I think it's because
we don't know that. How did you find that out?
Well, I've been reading about it in different places. And somebody pointed out they spend so much time in the sun every day. They leave their facility about 9 a.m. and they don't come back in after 6.
They're out in the fresh air.
Fresh air in the sun. And someone just brought that up. It's so strange that of different people that they've, made a list of, not one homeless has been on it. It's just an odd piece of trivia.
Well, yeah, I didn't know that. Thanks for sharing. This goes to stir your God looking out for the leastest one, right? Well, we're going to take a break. I want to bring up our commercial about our contest right now.
Okay.
And let y'all see that. And we'll be right back.
Extra, extra, extra. Hear all about it. About what?
Haven't you heard? Heard about what? The big contest. What contest?
The Emily Pearl Show is having a trivia contest about M. Pearls, that movie.
Oh, I saw that. It was awesome. How do I participate? When does the contest start? It's already started. The trivia questions will be posted on December the 1st. So just answer the questions correctly, and you can win one of 3 prizes. Details of the prizes will be posted with the trivia questions survey on December 1st. Awesome! Yeah, awesome. I'm going to tell all my friends today. Me too. So tell everyone today. Plus, they can watch the movie so they will have a better chance at winning.
So how can they watch?
Just watch the Emily Pearl Show on Facebook Live on Friday nights at 7 o'clock p.m. for clues and answers.
So tell everyone today. Plus, they can watch the movie so they will have a better chance at winning.
Where can they watch it? It's streaming online now. at www.pantaflix.com. PANTAFLIX.com. Sign up free with Pantaflix.com streaming platform. Then look for the M Pearls movie and watch it. So don't forget to tell everybody I'm already on it. All right. That was nice and bouncy. How'd you like that, Sybil? Oh, wait a minute. Okay, you're back. You're back on. How'd you
That
like
is
that?
going to be a wonderful contest, and the prize is amazing too. You know,
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
great prize. I like to have that myself and go shopping.
Just in time for Christmas. But you know what it made me? The commercial made me realize we cannot change our showtime until after the contest. Because in there, the commercial is saying to watch the show at 7 p.m.
Well, you can't change your commercial.
Well, according to the results that I'm seeing in here in the comment column, we don't have many people watching at 6 tonight.
Okay.
So we'll just wait until after the contest and announce it all of October, November, and December that we're going to be changing the hours. We have to get
Well,
them ready.
that makes sense. So you don't catch people off guard.
Yeah, and then after the contest, we can change it at the first of the year. How about that?
Okay.
Okay. So we're just doing it tonight because I want to see the debates. I gotta
Yeah.
watch it because I am going to go vote. I'm going early voting, y'all. In the Shelby County 901 area starts on October 14th. I will try to be there the first day or the second day. I might let the crowd pass by the first couple of days and go maybe the third or fourth day. But else also information on voting. The last day to vote online, to register online to vote is October the 5th. Now that's next week, y'all. And yeah, I'm telling everybody so that they can go ahead and register online so they can get their registration card in the mail before November the 2nd, because it's going to take them 3 to 4 weeks to send it to you. They're so slow. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the everything's so slow. Let me get my note again. I'm just gonna point these few things out, and then I'm gonna let Sybil do the her segment. One other thing though about voting, I want y'all to know this: that make sure that your address is right, that it's going to match whatever ID that you're going to show them when you go to the polls. Because if your address is not right, they're going to give you what you call a provisional ballot. In other words, the federal law says that they cannot send you away and not let you vote. They're going to do one or two things. They're going to send you to the place where your old address was, to whatever that precinct district is, that voting poll location, or they will give you a provisional ballot. And the provisional ballot, you will put your new address in there. But however, what I want you to know about that provisional ballot is that they are not counted. That's right. They do not count those provisional ballots because they don't consider them as valid because the address is wrong. Okay? So it is very important, if you want your vote to count, make sure that your address matches whatever ID you're going to show them. And if you still have old ID and you haven't updated your ID if you've moved, then you're okay. Yeah, you know what location to go to. You go to your old location. But a lot of people just don't know that. And that's the reason why red states stay red so long and blue states stay blue. Because the majority of the population, particularly people of color, they move a lot because they're renters. They move a lot. And so when you move from one apartment to another apartment and you don't update your address, then when you go to vote, show up at the polls on November the 2nd, your vote is not going to count unless you have updated your address and it matches the voting poll, because you have to contact the voting registrar of your county to let them know that you have an address change. If you haven't done that, then when you show up, you know, they're going to tell you that you need to go to the location where your address is on your ID, and they'll tell you the location. They may not can tell you directions to it, but they will tell you the location. Okay. And then when you go there, if you do this, you could even go there, and then it will still not be on there because you haven't voted in a long time. You have to realize this, people, that if you haven't voted in the last 4 elections, regardless as to whether they are including, they do count all of them, including local and national. If you haven't voted in the last 4 elections, then they wipe you off the polls too. Y'all didn't know that, did you? You're not even a registered voter anymore. That's why it's so important to vote at least once every time something comes up. You know, you can skip 1, maybe. You can maybe even skip 2, but don't skip 3, and definitely don't skip 4, because you will no longer be an eligible registered voter. And I know a lot of people just don't know this, and so I want to share that, because they don't tell you this. Why? Because they want to cut the state, whatever state that's in power, they want it to stay in red. If the state color is in power of blue, they want it to stay blue. So they don't share this information with you. But if you change your address, you can change the color of a state. That's right. You can make Tennessee can become a blue state, and Pennsylvania could become a red state. So, you know, I'm just saying, those are some facts that y'all don't know about, that y'all need to know about, okay? Now, the other thing that I have some questions about is, and they were talking about this on the news here in 901, our local representative, Representative Hardaway, Silver, you know him, Representative Hardaway. He was on the news. He was on the news this morning, and he was talking about how messed up the unemployment system is, because some people still haven't got their unemployment. He said it shouldn't take that long. And he was talking about how messy they are. And I had one fan, because I talk to people. I may not talk to people on the phone, but I talk to people about other means. And I had one fan. He said that they approved him, and that he got 2 weeks unemployment, and then they put his account under review again. But he said he just keeps on filing, and it just says in progress. And he doesn't understand why he was approved, and then they put him back up under review. See, that kind of stuff is just messy, because you're supposed to check everything before you approve somebody for something. How are you going to disrupt somebody's life like that when you've told them that they can depend on getting X amount of dollars every week? Then all of a sudden you're going to say, take it back and say, oh no, you under review, your case is still under review. That's just stupid. While you spending time nitpicking with this one and that one and the other one, you got a whole stockpile of 100 people that hadn't even been approved. Use that time to approve those people instead of nitpicking with people. Get everybody approved first, and then go back and nitpick if you need to. I'm just saying. Does that make sense, Sybil?
It does. It's all like a big old hornet's nest. If you get approved for something, don't go snatch it right back out from under you.
Yeah. People got to live. People struggling right now, you know. And that's why we having so much crime around the country, because people gonna do what they need to have, and because they to the point they depressed, they are oppressed, and their family is hungry. They gonna do whatever they have to do to put food on their table and have some place to stay. When you snatch money away from people like that, you don't leave them with any other options, and so that's just wrong. That is just totally wrong. Now, the other thing is, people in the 901 area, for that receive services from the county and the city. I'm talking about your electricity and your sewage fee and your waste disposal fee. Now, I'm telling you this from experience because I've already contacted them. They are charging me $29.96 for a solid waste fee. Memphis Light, Gas, and Water told me, said, why are they charging you so much for a solid waste fee? You need to call them and find out what the heck is going on. So I did. Do you think they have called me back or contacted me back? Nope. So I got online and contacted them. I said, I want to know why you're overcharging me for a solid waste fee, and I want my money back for all them months that you've been charging me $29 because your sewage fee, I mean your solid waste fee shouldn't be shouldn't be any more than $8 or $9, right?
Oh, wow.
So and then let me tell you something else. I looked at, because when they pointed that out to me, I started really just scrutinizing, looking at my utility bill. They charged me $4.70 for a street light. So I imagine that they are charging everybody that are homeowners
For a straight line.
the street light, the telegraph post with the street. Yeah. And I don't have a street light in my backyard. I don't even have a street light in front of my house.
For? A
What?
mosquito charge.
Oh yeah, that's on there too. Spraying for mosquitoes. See, that's just cheating the citizens because let me tell you something. We're not supposed to be paying for those street lights. We're not supposed to pay because that is considered as part of infrastructure for that city or that county. And the city and the county get funds from the government for infrastructure, for roads and telegraph posts and all that stuff. And that money comes from your state. That means it's the state of Tennessee supposed to fund all that stuff. But now they just passing it on to us. I don't know why did the state of Tennessee turn it down, turn the city and the county down. Somebody getting that money. Somebody investing some money. And this needs to be scrutinized and investigated so it can be transparent. You're not supposed to be telling citizens not supposed to be paying for no street light. That is ridiculous. That's infrastructure. Y'all get federal funds for that money. The city and the county of every state in the United States get federal funds for their infrastructure, for their cities and their counties. The citizens are not supposed to pay for that. We only supposed to be paying for water, gas, and electricity. They're charging us for mosquito fees, sewage fees, solid waste fee, and a street light fee. Look at your utility bills. Hey, Lily. Hey, Lisa London. Hey, Lanny. Y'all start looking at y'all utility bills and look, the numbers are on the back of your bill where to call about each one of these. But I'm going to tell you something right now because I did it. First of all, you're going to hold for about 30 minutes. Then somebody will come and tell you that our agents are very busy right now and we'll have somebody call you back. I say, well, what time? I said, what number is going to come from? I said, because I don't answer just any number. And she said, it'll be a 363 number. So, I wasn't thinking. I said, okay, thank you. I hung up the phone. And then when I hung up, I said, how they gonna call me back? She didn't even ask me what my number was. I could have been using somebody else's phone.
Sure.
Right? Yeah. So they let me know right then. They wasn't gonna call me back. So I immediately got online and they got this 311 online where you can put in your requests or your complaints about the services that, for the city and the county. And I did that. And I'm going to put in a new one about why you charging me a fee for a street light. I don't have a street light in front, a telegraph post in front of my house. I don't even have a telegraph post in my yard. Charging me for a street light? Oh, no. This needs to go to the Capitol, to the up on the hill, so somebody up there can investigate what's going on down here in these cities and counties. Why are you charging the citizens for money that you get that you're supposed to be paying using to cover this stuff? But you passing the buck on to us to make us pay for it. So I'm upset about that. Yeah, what else? Rent increase. These landlords nationwide, this is what they doing. They done got slick because the mandate that the government put on them about no evictions, for COVID. So the landlords, they done filed a lawsuit, y'all, saying that they cannot afford to give people free rent because they got to pay bills too. So now they got to wait to see the results of the lawsuit. That could take a year. So meanwhile, the landlords have become gangsters, and this is what they are doing. They going up on the rent of the people that are paying to cover their losses for the ones that they cannot get rent from and that they cannot evict. So something needs to be done about them. The government needs to not let them do that. They can get their loss, recoup their losses from the ones that are paying and that are able to pay by going up on their rent. Doesn't that make you fear your sibling?
That just don't make any sense. I hope they don't get away with it.
Well, they're
It's not
getting
the
away
person
with
that
it.
pays the rent's fault that somebody else didn't pay the rent.
No, but see, they're businessmen and women, so they're gonna recoup their loss. They don't care how they recoup their loss. They just figure they got to recoup their loss, right? And then penalizing people that are paying by going up. They say rent in Tennessee has gone up 8.34% compared to other cities. And states. That's too high. Other places, other cities and states have only gone up on people's rent like 3%, 4%. And in Shelby County, they have doubled it, almost 9% increase on people's rent. I'm mad about that. Okay. Now, the no eviction mandate that the government has put in place is not being executed fully because some people are still being evicted. And they're going to have to police these landlords who are evicting people because they're in violation of a federal government mandate. And they need to be penalized and make them pay for it, for putting people out and making them homeless, putting people out on the streets. Some landlords are still doing that. And so this is why people are so oppressed and so depressed right now, because they're trying to make it through the COVID, trying to keep their families safe, trying to feed their family, and just trying to have somewhere, some shelter. But then here come all this stress from people not doing and businesses not doing what they're supposed to be doing, treating people unfairly during a crisis. They're going to pay for that. They're going to end up paying. God is going to get them for that. Right now, people's hands are tied because all they can do is file a lawsuit against these people, and that could take for a year or something. But meanwhile, the people are still suffering through the lawsuit, even if they file one. You see what I'm saying? So there's no recourse for these people. They've been evicted, but there's no recourse. All they can do is sue this landlord because the landlord violated a federal mandate order, but that could take for forever. That could take for forever. So, I'm just riled up, as the old folks say. I'm just riled up about all that stuff, Sybil, and I got it off my chest. So, now, you're going to cheer people up. Go ahead.
Well, I'm just going to run a couple of jokes by y'all. And I know this is not the most laughing time of the century, but if you can.
I need to laugh. I need to laugh right now because you can see I was riled up.
Yeah, if you can be as cheerful as you can. Other people need your smile, and laughing's good for you. It relaxes you, gets rid of some stress, and it's very healthy for you. So I got a couple of jokes. A preacher once preached about the danger of drinking beer. So he showed a clear glass with a piece of liver inside that beer. And he let people watch what happens to your liver when you drink a lot of beer. And so naturally there was little side effects, and the liver looked different and all there. So There was a little drunk that had wandered in church, and he heard about this whole thing. And he sat in the very last bench, and he stood up and says, "Oh my, I'll never eat liver again." He thought he thought he's going to eat some liver and rice and really get messed up.
I love beef liver. And it's good for you too. It has a lot of iron in it. I
Yeah, it
love beef.
does. Liver and
I love
gravy.
beef. Yeah,
And
beef liver and
I like
gravy,
that with
potatoes.
rice or mashed potatoes.
Mashed potato. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me
I
too.
mean, real mashed potatoes. I don't like this tasteless stuff comes out of a box.
Instant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so bland.
Yeah.
And my
Yeah.
other joke is also about a pastor, and he was getting ready to move on to another church, but he went to this pet store
Mm,
and placed his order. He says, "I need at least 50 mice,
mm,
2,000 ants, and
mm.
as many of those little silverfish and roaches as you can get for me." And the clerk says, "Well, we can probably do that, but it might take some time. Do you mind if I ask you why you're placing such an unusual order?" And the pastor replied, "Well, I've accepted a call to another church, and the congregation wasn't happy with me. So anyway, the congregation council told me to leave the parsonage just the way I found it." So he's going to do it.
Oh, so
There's nothing more funny than people themselves.
yeah. So
So,
the
like I
parsonage looks
said,
dirty.
yeah, like I said
Mm.
earlier, I wanted to thank the city and various people, even some churches that has reached out to the homeless people, giving them food and a little bit of extra shelter and some clothes. Just doing that extra mile. And
Mm-hmm.
during this past several months, and so I wrote this poem called "Jesus Loves the Homeless People."
Oh, okay.
The
Let me put you on
homeless,
spotlight. I'm put you on
yeah,
spotlight. Go ahead. There you go.
the homeless people walk along the streets in the city, looking for a corner to call their own, reaching out to strangers for money, surrounded by crowds, yet feeling so alone. Now, check your attitude. I'm not saying that everybody out here watching us is doing this, but just check your attitude. How many times have you looked at the homeless people and just passed them on by without any tugging of your heart or a tear falling from your eye? And you say within yourself, "Well, if I give them money, they're just going to buy drugs or booze. It's not my fault they're walking around with holes in their shoes. They can get out and get a job and earn money, washing dishes down the street. They can go to the missions. Why should I give them food to eat? I can't help it if their clothes are ragged and dirty. Who knows when they've had a bath? I don't have time to stop and help these people. They made a choice to walk this path." You turn your judgmental nose up in the air and go on your selfish way. When you sit in your padded pew on Sunday, to you, the Lord, you will say, and the Lord, you tell the Lord, "I came to visit you the other day, but in your heart you did not see that what you do to the least of my brothers is what you do to me." That's what Jesus is telling us. He said, "I was thirsty and you gave me no drink. I was hungry and you gave me no food. I was in need for clothes to wear, and all you gave me was a bad attitude." And then you will say, "Lord, now when did you visit me? And your needs with me you did not share." And Jesus will answer, "When you passed by that homeless man, it was me who was standing there." Jesus loves the homeless people. He wants you to be his hands and feet. Let him reach out through your heart to the people on the street.
I gotta unmute myself. Oh, Sybil, that is so beautiful. And you know, it's the truth. And I have to admit, I used to be guilty of that. But
I've done that too.
since I've grown in my spirituality, I will try to give them something. But what I don't do is I don't let them see me going in my purse, because
Oh
some
no,
of them you don't know. You don't know if they're gonna snatch your purse or not, you know.
or if you don't
So
know
what I
somebody's watching too.
so what I'll tell them is, you know, is I'll give you something when I come out. Then that way I can already have it out in my hand. I take it out in the store, you know, I have my purse already closed, zipped up and whatever, and give
Yeah,
them what I want.
that's the
Because I'm gonna
wise
tell
way to do it.
because I'm gonna tell you something. You God does test us. He can everybody not be him, Jesus himself, because you know Jesus really is not coming back until the end of that great day. But they send angels down to test us.
They
So,
do.
and that homeless person, whether it be man or woman, could be an angel that God has sent testing you, Christian. Now, he's not testing the sinners because he already knows them. But you know what I've noticed, Sybil? I've noticed that people that look to be an appearance, just from outer appearance, and appear to be Christian, are the ones that don't give him anything.
Mhm.
And the ones that's got the rap music playing loud with the cussing
Give
and
it,
all,
come
they
back and
give
give it.
them something. You know, so and that's what people don't understand. It's like be like, oh, well, you know, I try to do this. I go to church. I pay my tithes. I do this, and but it looked like the people that the sinners that don't go to church, they doing better than me. Well, that's because that person may have given some angels help when they needed it. And so they get a reward. You know, they get a reward from God. Whereas you had the opportunity, like Sybil says, to give to that angel. But the angel reported that to God, you see, because the angels are messengers. And if they come in with a message, then that means that they got to report back to God, right? Right, Sybil?
Right. And I want to jump in here right quick for our new people that watch, maybe never has seen us before. I want you to tell them that you have a wonderful angel show on Sunday.
I
All about
do. Talk About Angel is a gospel show where I do ministry. And I have a different subject every Sunday, and I call them articles. This past Sunday, I did Article 27, and the topic of that article was a spiritually indicated path. A spiritually indicated path, and you can go back and see it. I had some technical troubles though Sunday. In the middle of the broadcast, it went blank, and I know what happened because I checked with the studio. What happened was I didn't put myself back in the stream after a commercial break. So I said,
oh,
from now on, I say on Sundays, I'm not going to do a commercial break because it might not put me back in the stream after the commercial break. But if you look at it, y'all, then right after the covered commercial, it's where it goes blank, and it'll stay blank for about 5 to 7 or 8 minutes. So just fast forward it on till you see me again. So I'm gonna have to do that message over again, but not this Sunday. But I'm gonna do that message over again, that topic over again, because I got interrupted by a technical difficulty in the studio. But yes, hi Wanda. And you know, I did not know that God was gonna take me on this path of ministry. And but I am so glad that he did, because what better time than the time that we're going through now, that people need to hear, you know, encouragement, and hear and know that God has not forsaken us, even though we are going through a whole lot right now. So that's what I try to do. I apply scriptures and tell you what the Bible says about, you know, how it's going to get better and what we're going through, why we're going through that. So I give you the whole history of it. And then at the end, I try to sing a gospel song. I don't profess to be a gospel singer,
Well,
but I
we
like
always
to try to
we
sing.
like your songs.
But I always try to sing anyway. Because I'm like David. David wrote Psalms. And what the word Psalms mean, the book of the Bible, Psalms, is Hebrew. It's a Hebrew word, and it means song. SONG in our time. It means song. It meant songs
Yeah.
back then. That's why the Jews, you hear them, they sing the prayers because they're singing Psalms. And that's what
Yeah.
David did. Everything that the whole book of David is not like a documentary. He actually sang these words that's on
Yes, he
paper.
did. And he played the
Yeah.
harp. I wonder where he got the harp.
Oh, they had harps
Probably
back
made
then.
some harps
They
out
made them.
of those
Yeah.
reeds. Uh,
They made them. And so he actually sang what we read today. It
yeah,
wasn't like him taking a pen, y'all, and
right.
writing it down. He actually sang these
You can
in
sing a lot.
song.
You can sing a lot of songs, and
Uh-huh.
a lot of songs has been rearranged from
Yeah.
songs.
Yeah. So my scriptures last Sunday was First Peter and Psalms that I applied to this topic. So y'all can go back and watch it. Just go to put in the search bar, talk about angels, and you can see all of my shows. This is my 27th, that was my 28th week actually, because one Sunday I did not have an article. I just did like a testimony. But so this that was my 28th week, and this Sunday will be my 29th week of starting my ministry. So thank you so much, Sybil, for pointing that out. And I do have a lot of people that tune in. Thank all of you that do tune in every week. I see some of the same people and new ones as well. So spread the word, y'all, because you need to hear the word. You need to hear the word of the Lord. And these prophets that wrote these books of the Bible, these words and phrases and messages came directly from God and from Jesus Christ himself. So you need to hear the word of God, because what is the world without God? What is the world without God? It would not exist, right? Right? So that's why we need to hear the word. Don't stop it. Let me stop. We got to stop because I'll stop preaching.
Well, it's
So
much needed word.
yeah, so streaming on our page right now, Sybil, should be the live sales about Pantaflix. Let me see. I don't want to push it to stage. And what is this? No, let's delete. I'm trying to see that. It is streaming across our page, not at the ticker tape, but it should be straight. This is something new. It should be streaming across our page right now. And it says, this is our live show sales. And it is M Pearls, AAL the movie, rent for 99 cents. Rent and watch today. And it gives you the link to click on. And so that means that you could actually click on the link from watching the live show, which is awesome. Isn't that awesome?
I think so too. And be sure to tell people on Panaflix, go ahead and sign in. That's very important. And it don't cost you anything to sign in, and then you can choose the movie that you want to rent, and that's usually a dollar or two. So make sure you
It's
sign in.
99 cents. Yeah. And Panaflix is a streaming video platform, just like Netflix and Tubi and all Pluto and all the rest of them. It's a streaming platform. It's free to join. You register and then you have access to everything. And what I like about Pantaflix is that it is also all of these our movie rather is actually showing in the UK and mostly in Germany.
Wow.
mostly in Germany. Yeah. So be sure to enter our contest. Watch every Friday night for clues and answers. All of the instructions, details in the survey contest, the questionnaire for you to participate will be posted on December the 1st. You can only enter one time. So make sure that's why you have to watch every show on Friday night so that you can make sure that you write down each answer and each clue, because the clue or answer to the contest is given every Friday night. So we thank y'all so much for watching us for 901, and we hope that these the city and the county of 901 and the state will get their act together and do what they're supposed to do and treat people right. Because right now, my opinion, y'all are not treating people right. And I'm not afraid to say it. I ain't scared. As I say in the hood, you don't scare me. I'm just telling the truth. And the truth is the only thing that always ever hurts. So if you're mad about what I said, then that means that you doing exactly what I said. That means that it's the truth. That means you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Yeah, get it together. Get it together before God gets you. Yeah, you don't believe me? Just keep on doing it. Because God fights the battle for his children. And that's in the scripture. That is in the scripture. He fights our battles for us against those who mistreat us. So we don't have to do anything. We don't have to do not one single thing, because he said that he gonna get you. I'm telling you what the scripture says. You don't believe it, you're looking there and find yourself. All you got to do is Google it and say, what does God say about people that mistreat his children? And you'll find it. You'll find the scriptures, and there's a whole lot of them too.
Yeah, there's a pile of them.
Yeah, I'm not making this up. It's not anything that I wrote. All right then. So listen, if God simple your closing words, and then I'm closing the show.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing everybody next Tuesday. We have a special guest coming on. You'll have to tune in and find out what it's all about.
No, all the actors in 901 and nationwide. Be sure to tune in Friday night, because this lady is talking about actors. Okay.
Yeah, next Tuesday. Mm-hmm.
Oh, next Tuesday, right? 901 show.
She's on the 901 show. She's going to talk about
Friday night. I don't have a guest Friday night, though.
No, we're guestless Friday night.
Okay, guestless. I like that. I gotta start using that instead of saying I don't have a clue. I'm gonna say I'm just guestless. On that note, y'all, we will see y'all, if the Lord say the same, on next Tuesday night with our special guest, and we want y'all to tune in. Please share the 901 show, because you know what? We are hot mic. All right.
We have fun on 901.
We sure do. Okay, I'm trying to find out. Oh, that's the contest. I'm trying to find our closing. Where's the closing, Sybil?
You got it on your end.
Oh, okay, I got it. There we go. Bye, y'all. The 901 show. 901 show. The 901 show. Get on this hot night. The 901 show. It's the 901 show. The 901 show. The 901 show. The 901 show. Get on this hot night. The 901 show. Hot night. The 901 show. Hot night. It's the 901 show. It's the 901 show. The 901 show. Get on this hot night. The 901 show. It's the 901 show. It's the 901 show.